So if you've been following my story, I recently got a 5-day eviction notice on the 24th. But the thing is, it's not signed, so it's not even legal. On December 1st, I will be 3 months behind rent. This happened because my hours were cut at work to 16 hours a week. They said they would notify me to replace my second client so that I can make 30 plus hours a week. And I have not been notified. So I went up there on Friday, and once again, they're telling me, we'll contact you when we find a client. This is the bullshit ass 5-day notice that I got. As you can see at the bottom where it says affidavit and proof of service, that first blank line, somebody's name is supposed to go there. That's the name of the person that hand delivered me the notice, and she did not put her name there. The bottom line is supposed to be signed by the person that delivered it to me, and that was not done neither. I was told you can't get kicked out in the wintertime in Chicago, but there's rules to that. So it states here, the Cook County Sheriff will not enforce evictions during specific winter moratoriums. I don't know what the fuck happened here, but the audio went out. But it says temperature-based moratorium evictions are also suspended on any day when the outdoor temperature is 15 degrees or colder. And it's also when there's extreme weather. And this is what it's looking like outside, which does buy me some time. We're going through a winter storm warning and the temperatures are dropping daily. And in order for me to get assistance paying my back rent, I have to have a legal eviction, or I have to be financially sufficient, meaning that I need another client so that I can make the hours that I need to make to continue to keep a roof over my head. So right now, time is on my side, thankfully and unfortunately, because I hate the fucking snow and I hate wintertime, but it's snowing and the universe is doing what the universe does so that I can have my time extended to figure this shit out. So if you want to donate and help me out, I would greatly appreciate that. So this is my Cash App. This is my PayPal. This is my Chime, this is my Zelle, and this is my Venmo. If you have Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, you can click the link in my bio and it will take you to my link tree where there's this tab right here that says Square Donations for Eviction. Those are for people that have credit cards. Also, if you scroll up, you'll see these 2 tabs at the bottom where I have my services listed on Groupon. I do email tarot readings and I also help heal your chakras.
All right, look, no. These so-called spiritual people that they can tell you your future was eviction not in your cards. You should have been well prepared because you should have put that eviction card a long time ago, and you would have knew that you was gonna be put out. People like them, we don't advocate for them. Don't donate, don't do none of that. We don't rock with that. The Most High don't agree with that. Thankfully, he has grace now because back then, they would be killed. But look, a witch would not suffer to live. Let's put it like that. Now look though, let me speak on the real topic. She just caught me off guard with that one. The real topic here is, so there are standards when it comes to evictions in the winter. If it's a certain temperature, then they may not be able to evict you. In the Midwest, especially where it snows a lot every year, the weather is bipolar. So you know what those landlords are gonna do? More than likely, I wouldn't be surprised if they go ahead and wait till one of those good days kick in and then they evict, because it's gonna come. One day it might snow, the next day the snow might melt, then it might be warm, feel like a spring day. That's how the Midwest work. That's when the landlord's gonna be evicted. They gonna be plotting, waiting on that day to come. I already see it. That don't mean the eviction's gonna stop. It might buy you a little time right now, but the best bet is get it together. You don't want to be out in the cold. It's already cold, and then you got to figure out where to take your furniture to. Be out in the cold trying to gather it all. That's something you don't want to deal with. When it's cold, you want to be inside. Now check this out, family. Landlords are not playing. I'm getting evicted over $10. She's getting put out over $10. Let's see what her story is all about. Let's see what's going on in her life.
I'm about to lose my housing over $10 goddamn dollars. Damn, I think even a quarter-pound of meal costs more than that. Last month, y'all know I lost my job and I was late on my rent. But I knew that once you're late on your rent, y'all know the drill here in North Carolina, you get your late fee added to your rent and then you get a notice to pay or quit. Now, that notice to pay or quit literally means you have this amount of time to make your balance even, or you gotta move. It took me all the way up until the very end of October to get October's rent paid, but I did it. And my notice to pay or quit was not over until the end of the first week of November. So like November 6th or 7th, something like that. I got an eviction notice on my door saying that my October rent was unpaid and November has also been added to the balance. So as of next week, I am due in court to try to convince a judge that me and my 2 children deserve housing. The reason why they filed the eviction was because when I paid my October rent a week before the notice to vacate was over, I mistakenly left $10.24 off. So because of that $10, my property manager decided that he would not email me, that he would not call me, that he would not notify me that, hey, we know your notice to vacate is coming up soon. Please pay the $10. Nope. Instead, he decided to go file the eviction and then added November's rent. And in his email to me also made it clear that my court date was right after the December 1st rent is due. So he will also be adding December's rent onto it too. So when I go to court, it's going to look like I haven't paid my rent in 3 months.
Cold. Wow. This is what you call catching somebody slipping. He caught her slipping. She made a mistake, didn't pay the 10. And instead of him doing what a normal person would do, call or email or let's just say get in contact with the person to be like, look, I see you paid pretty much the whole thing, but it was a little short, $10. Could you send me the $10, or are you experiencing financial hardship, or what's the reason that you missed only $10? That's a small amount, $10. I mean, if she was experiencing financial hardship, it seems like she wouldn't have the rest. Even though she is, I'm saying, if you can come up with everything but $10, that looks more so like a mistake. The right thing would have been reach out, not ignore her. But he didn't want to make it right. He wants her out. Once they know that you are in a bind or there's a possibility that you might be late, they don't want to deal with the back and forth. Pretty much they don't want to deal with you having to figure out how you're going to come up with the rent, because they know this might be a repeated thing. If you missed last month, next month it might be the same thing, and this might be an ongoing thing. And landlords don't like to deal with that. They want to make sure their tenants are able to pay. I'm thinking that's the reason the landlord handled it that way, to go ahead and get her out so he can get somebody else in there. It's bogus, though. That's just bogus. I don't like how he did that and making it look like she didn't pay in 3 months. That's not fair.
I try to tell people how to get ahead of your crisis, where to go, who to talk to, not to be ashamed of telling your story so that you can get the help that you need. When I first lost my job, that's what I did. I immediately went and got assistance. As a matter of fact, that's how I met you. That's how I met you. But the part that nobody talks about is that you can stabilize for that 30 days. And most of your bills are going to work on that 30-day cycle. People are still trying to find work sometimes 60, 90, 120 days and beyond. I am one of those people. That's when the support gets thin. Because now you don't have recent pay stubs to show anybody. Now you don't have an income to say that at minimum this month I made this much. Because see, they care about giving you support and knowing that you can support yourself from there on. If you can't support yourself from there on, then you're not someone that fits in the boxes.
Basically, it's a lifeline. They're saying, look, you can fall on hard times once. 1 month, you can be 1 month behind. But when you're more than 1 month behind, then we don't want to deal with you.
That they need to continue to get grant support federally, sometimes corporate. Currently, I don't fit in that box. And I talked to as many organizations as I possibly could. I called, I visited. Never mind the fact that this is the end of the year almost. And a lot of programs are no longer taking referrals for the rest of 2025. If my work has helped you at all, if you felt more informed because of the work I'm doing, I am asking y'all for your support. I never wanted to get on here and have to do this, but if I don't do something, me and my 2 babies are not going to have a place to stay. So I am asking you guys to use my link that says buy me a coffee and just, I don't care if it's $5. I have to figure out how to get this rent paid. I have to figure out how to keep my housing until I am able to secure a job, or maybe even until I am able to figure out how everything that I'm doing here on the platform can also sustain me with an income. But right now I don't have it. So I am asking for your help. Even the smallest amount will help move things forward for me. I don't know what's going to happen next week when I go to court. I've never even been to eviction court before in my life. Just, if you can help, please do. Even if you just share this video, that would be helpful. Thank you for being here with me, regardless of what happens with me. I hope that you'll always remember that community is your center. And whether I continue to do this work online or not, I hope that you never forget that piece. And that what I've done so far, I hope that it has helped. And that you find solace and peace in knowing that information is indeed power. Thank you.
Now, I'm not sure what type of work she do online and how many people she helped. I see this video got a lot of likes on it, over 4,000 likes. So she got a following. I'm not sure who she is, but people are falling off. People are falling on hard times. People are losing their jobs and being in a bind, like I said. And this is why you have to have a cushion. It's easier said than done with the way that jobs are not paying more and the cost of living is going up more. But this is why they tell you to have a cushion, a 6-month safety net. These days it's really 1 year. They're telling you to have 1 year. It's not even 6 months no more, but 6 months to a year, because it's hard finding a job quickly. Within 30 days, your whole life can go to shambles if you fall off. If you lose your job, you might get sick, be in the hospital, have an unexpected bill, anything. That could completely wipe out the little savings you did have if you only had like $500 or 1 month worth even. It's just best that you do what you can do to save. There's no cookie cutter method. For each person it's different, but it's still the same message, because this could be anybody. When you are 1 paycheck away, it don't matter how much you make, it's about how much you keep. Yo, family, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about this video. How do you feel about what's happening? Her losing her house over essentially $10, which ended up being the landlord doing her bogus, in my opinion. Do you feel the same way? If she's telling this story exactly as it is, the landlord making it look like she was 3 months behind when she was only $10 behind, that's crazy work. Let me know what y'all think. I appreciate y'all for watching. Peace. To my Hebrew fam, shalom. I'll catch y'all on the next one.